Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Finding Magic podcast, where we talk about structured intuition, creativity, and magic, as discussed in my book, Getting into the Flow. And we learn from our guest stories, and it helps us broaden our view of reality, understand how magic is created and sensed, so that we can use that to realize our true potential and create our lives in a purposeful and powerful way from an inspired and joyful place. I'm Vincent, your host. Let's get into it. And today we welcome Jake McNair. And Jake is a chiropractic physician, a craniosacral therapist, a functional medicine practitioner, and a natural success coach based in the United States in is Portland or Eugene?
Eugene.
Eugene, yeah. With his passion for nutrition, nature, and life, he utilizes knowledge and skills to help his patients heal from all sorts of ailments and optimize their lives so that they can thrive in their life experience. He takes you from physical and emotional duress to becoming a thriving, heart-connected creator of your own life. He believes that we each have our own special gifts and powers to create the life we want, and has a passion to connect men in particular with our hearts. And boy, don't many of us need that, helping us to receive and see our divine gifts. So with all that said, thank you, Jake. And Jake and I had a lovely long chat, so long that I've had to split it into two. Now, in the first part of our conversation, Jake told us of a lived experience that taught him that we're all one. That's beautiful, and that's going to be coming up in the not too distant future. But today, I'm going to focus on something that's a little bit fresher, a little bit newer at the time of creating the podcast episode. And this is a time that Jake created some magic out of thin air. What sort of magic, you may ask? Well, listen or watch and you'll hear the story. I believe you've got a couple more stories that you'd like to tell. Maybe we keep them in this episode, maybe we shift them to another episode, but I would love for you to run me through them now if you've got the time.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just really excited about these stories because I just, talked to you about a very, serious, kind of almost like divine intervention type meeting or of manifestation, right? Or creation. And the other two just happened to me literally like what is today? Wednesday, my time, Thursday, your time, happened to me like Sunday. So 3 days ago for me, right? And so just super exciting to see how creation happens and they're literally happen on the same day, and it's a form of serendipity and manifestation, right? Like magic of serendipity, the magic of manifestation that happened all on the same day is really, really beautiful. And just wow, those wow moments when magic is truly real.
Mhm.
The first one, serendipity. Sunday was my father-in-law's birthday, and my sister-in-law was flying in town in Portland, and so we were driving up to go pick her up. And we stop at this rest area outside of Portland. I noticed this woman walking to her car that's parked right next to us. And she sits in her car, and it just, something about her just, you don't know how to explain it. There's something that makes you recognize her, this person, right? But I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, we got to get to Portland, go to the bathroom, whatever. So we go to Portland, and we pick up my sister-in-law, and we go to brunch in Portland. And I walk into the restaurant and I go to the bathroom and waiting in line, and this woman comes up to me and she's like, "Were you at a rest area this morning in Portland?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw you. You were parked right next to us." The same woman that I had a hit on at the rest area was in the restaurant at the same time that we decided to go, right? And this is in the same morning. What even makes it even more serendipity, she went to Portland to pick up her sister who flew in from Vegas, who was on the same flight as my sister-in-law. And I'm like, wow, okay. And she works in healthcare that I do. And I'm like, okay, this is just crazy, nice to meet you. We're walking around the area, down the area. Like we'd left, she went in with her sister. We left, we're walking down the area to go shopping down the strip of where the restaurant is. Ran into her randomly again. I'm like, okay, this is 3 times in, in a matter of hours. Okay. I don't know if that's the universe just shining a light saying you need to talk to this person, so
Yeah.
that's just like, wow, that rarely, you don't have it that in your face without saying, oh, wow, and I've had that happen to me one other time that I was just like, okay, we need to figure this out. What does the universe have in store for us? So yeah, that was the first story. That was just amazing, right? And then that
Before you
same,
move on, can I just jump in? Uh,
yeah.
did you have a conversation? Are you going to have a conversation? Where's that going?
So I reached out to her afterward, like day or two later, because we were all doing our things. I reached out to her on Facebook, and I'm just like, "Hey, I don't believe in coincidence. I think serendipity is trying to hint at something. Love to get coffee. Let's discuss what the universe has in store for us." And still waiting till you're back. It's only been a couple days, and her sister's in town, so hopefully she'll take the universal hint and reach back out.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
I'll
Great.
keep you posted.
Thanks. That'd be good because in the cycle of time that it takes for me to edit the recording and then uh, it may be a couple of weeks before this goes up and we may have an
Yeah,
update. So if you're
there we
watching
go.
this, just check the comments as well and see where that's at.
There we go. Um,
And
yeah,
on to the next story then.
yeah, yeah. So the next story is what I call, the magic of manifestation. Um, so that same day, what happened is we had driven to Portland. Well, in between Portland and Eugene is Salem, the capital of Oregon, and that's where my partner's dad lives at. And so we stopped there with the sister and my partner, and we were celebrating birthday. Well, my partner was staying the night. She's keeping the car, staying the night. I was just going to take the train home, right? So we hung out during the day, and then I go to the train station. Well, I get to the train station. This is at 7 o'clock at night, and I have to work early the next day, so I'm like, I have to be home tonight. Get to the train station. When I get there, I get a text from Amtrak, the train company, that says the train is delayed coming out of Portland 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, travel delays, they happen everywhere. In this work, we realized, for me, it was a gift of just being able to meditate or do something else that I wouldn't do normally. So it was nice. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I get a text 30 minutes later. The train is broken down and is returning to Portland. The train has been canceled. And I'm like, by this time, I'm like, okay, it's freaking 8 o'clock. The next bus is 10:45. This is getting crazy. I'm gonna get home at midnight. This is gonna be horrible, or I might have to take the train tomorrow. Like, my ego is just running all kinds of stories. And my partner, Devin, talking to her, she's like, well, you could take the car, but then you have to come back up tomorrow. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then she awesomely said, did you tune into it? And I was like, no, I was in my ego. Let me tune in. So, I close my eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, drop in, draw a circle and tune in. And I just wait, right? And so I'm waiting, and my ego is like just picking away. And finally, when I finally accepted it. Shit, Vincent, the minute I accepted it, the Amtrak representative comes over. Hey, Jake, Amtrak is getting you an Uber to take you home. And that's like a hour, and it's over a 60-mile drive home. And Amtrak's, we're getting you an Uber to take you home. I'm like, the minute I accept I get an Uber to go home, I don't have to pay for it. I get home, and only an hour later than I was supposed to, I get to sleep in my bed and go to work. And I'm just like, wow, talk about creating a ride home and manifestation. It was just, in the moment, I was like, magic's real.
Yeah.
this is the, you know. But yeah, so that was just that. Those are two that happened really just so close in the same day, and just like literally 3 days ago. And it's like it works. It totally works. You just hold that end result. You really focus on what you want and let go of how you're gonna get it. Just let go. Accept that something's gonna happen. Just acknowledge that ego, saying, "Yeah, man, all these things suck. That could happen, but just let go." And bam, the magic happened.
That is an amazing story. And it's funny how, often you feel like there's times that magic's really flowing for you and you get multiple things happening in a short time period. And then you appear to go for a while without not much happening. But what I've learned from, sharpening the senses, as one of the great authors put it on the back of my book, yeah, yes, Waiting for Our Senses, it's Yeats. Um, but when you become more attuned to it, you begin to see magic happening in small ways, almost on a daily basis. And it's probably happening more often than that in ways that, with even more tuning, I'll be able to spot. So, yeah, yep, that's a wonderful story, Jake. And I'm just wondering whether or not that you feel there are any deeper lessons or anything that you got from thinking about it afterwards, or it's just a very simple one, is it?
Well, I mean, definitely I've gone back and forth with this work, in the creating and doing the choices, and then the end result. As far as what I say back and forth, I mean compliance, right? We all fall off the wagon. We got to get back on. That's what makes us powerful creators. And honestly, like I'd fallen off and I just started to get back on, and it was like, see, see what happens when you focus on your end result.
Yeah.
It was like just the proof, because there's times where you get those choices and your ego's like, it's not happening fast enough. It's
Mm.
not happening fast enough. That's the thing that I've realized is like, I just want it. That we have that right now. Give it to me now. And and we don't think about all the steps and all the action steps that we need to take, or we should, or not need to, but like we're guided to take, that we're not taking, right? We it's that, what is that, the first step is the hardest, or you don't know, you're not going to know if you don't take a step at all,
Yeah.
right? And how many times have I not taken those steps because I make up the stupidest or most ridiculous excuse to not take a step, right? And just not do it, right? And so it's like, I mean, it's a lot easier said than done to overcome those fears, right? But 9.99 times out of 10, doing the opposite of what that voice in your head, that ego voice, fear voice says, is always going to turn out clearer, better, and just more fun and for your own benefit. And so I really learned, like Michael Singer's surrender experiment, who makes it sound so easy. I really learned it is that simple. Is literally taking that action step, literally not listening to that fear, that voice, and
Yeah.
just taking that step. It really is that simple. And I always get frustrated when I'll be like in my head, like worrying about something, and my partner's like, did you tune in? Did you check in with your like, duh, it's so easy. But it's like you get frustrated because your ego's like, well, no, I want to, because then I'll get the choice that I need for my heart, not that choice I need for up here, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it's simple and easy. Just that, it's simple and easy. It's just your
Yeah.
ego wants to make it seem so hard.
Yeah. Ah, cool. Well, do you feel complete there with your two stories?
Yeah, I mean, I got plenty more, but for right now, I feel complete.
Okay, so if people want to get in touch with you, how can they find you? Do you have a website, social media?
Yeah, I have social media, I'm on Facebook, and Instagram at Dr. Jake Mindbody. My website is in construction as technology. Website construction has not been my best friend recently, but that's drjakemindbody.life or um devinesp.com. That is my health website that I work at. So people want to find me for health advice, for healing, as far as spiritual healing, craniosacral, spirit. I do somato emotional release and breath work as well, and meditation. You can also find me on YouTube as well. I got some videos for meditation and breath work on there as well. So I'm all over the place. I'm working on getting bigger to spread the message.
Yeah. So talking specifically about healing, obviously you do it in person, but do you do it across Zoom or the internet as well?
Yes, I 100%. I work with somatic emotional release and healing from the core, breath work, like somatic breath work, and pardon me, just distance healing like that, and Reiki, whatever
Yeah.
your specific being needs, we can connect. We are connected right now. You and I, we can do that right now. So I definitely do a distance healing and distance coaching as well through
Yeah.
functional medicine health, or like nutritional health, or just coaching in general.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Jake. So if you'd like to learn more about Jake and his work and you missed the links that Jake has just given us, or you'd like to learn more about me, my work, and finding magic, because there's only so much we can cover in the episode, then please head over to my website, vincentgmelling.com. And there you'll find a podcast button at the top of the page that will take you to a link where you can access the full list of podcast episodes, which includes obviously Jake's interview. And in that list, you will have a link to all the resources that Jake has shared with me. The page also, as I said, has the list of podcast episodes, the platforms where you can find the episodes, and a link for you to join discussions of any episodes. And if you'd love to share your story of magic on the podcast, I'd love to hear. And there's a link for that too. On the website, you'll also find a button to get my book, Getting into the Flow. That's it here. And also another button for you to engage with me, whether it's through coaching or the trainings and events I offer, or just to contact me. So that's vincentgmelling.com. Thanks to all of you for watching this. Thanks to the local birds, the local golf course, and the builders next door. Usually they give us sound effects, but today they've been pretty quiet. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Right, done. Oh, I love that heart at the end. I love that heart at the end. I'm going to start doing that. I'll stop the recording there.